Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me? Hello, good afternoon. I hope everyone can hear me. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So good to see you there. Please, if you can hear me, just chat on the chat box. You can say hello, I can hear you. So I can know that everyone is with me. Can you all hear me, please? Oh, great. Oluwabukola, Olatunji Adams, you are welcome. Okay, you can hear me. Good, good. You're all welcome to this special webinar. And I trust we are all enjoying our summer holiday over there. Oh, thank you. I can see your response. Oh, you can't hear us. Please check your audio settings. You should be hearing us now. You're all welcome. And to our Muslim participants here, we greet you, happy Salah. You are welcome to this special webinar. And I know that you will really participate well and get great ideas. And also, I will employ you to all wait and be patient with the convener as well, so you can get the details of the program. I welcome our guests. I also welcome all our participants. You are all welcome. So good to see you all. And as we await other people joining us. Oh, you are welcome. You can see Samuel. You are welcome. Moses, Gracious, you are welcome. So good to see you all on this webinar. Okay, good, good. Can you all hear me now? That's good. Once again, I will say we all should be patient. If you don't have enough data, please, you can try to just subscribe so you can enjoy the full details of this webinar. Okay, I can see Samuel as well on board. Okay, before we move to the reason why we are all here, I would like to introduce my co-moderator of this webinar in the name of Adeyanju Samuel Oladimeji. You can see him on the screen. Samuel, please, you can we are seeing a portrait of your picture. Let's see phone so we can all see you well. Mr. Samuel. Okay, great. So Adeyanju Samuel, I'll be reading about him for you all to hear. I can see it on the screen as well. just follow up. Thank you. Adeyaju Samuel Oladimeji, BSc, FMVA, is an experienced valuation analyst and copywriter with a track record of successful sales. He's an expert in analyzing data and crafting compelling copy that resonates with audience, resulting in high conversion rates. He holds a bachelor degree in accounting from Adekunle Ajasin University. He also has certification in financial modeling and valuation analysis from the Corporate Finance Institute. He has exceptional copywriting skills to curate persuasive marketing content. He has proficiency in Microsoft Excel and other data analysis tools. He has sound knowledge of SEO, and digital marketing strategies. He also has excellent communication and presentation skills, which has helped him to negotiate deals and close sales. He is currently serving as a digital marketing executive at Accountant Pathfinder. As we all know that this is a webinar organized by Accountant Pathfinder. He also served as a sales and marketing executive at ID Ratios. He is a joint pioneer of copywriting and content writing CCW training established in September 2022, which has successfully raised over 15 copywriters. He has achieved over 70 successful sales at Accountant Pathfinder and ID Ratios that has generated over 300 in profit from the period of January to March of this particular year. This is highly motivated and result-driven, detail-oriented and analytical, creative and innovative. He has interest in identifying problems and creating solutions in the best way he can. I will hereby bring him on board, Mr. Samuel Adeyanju Oladimeji, to take us in the next agenda for today. Welcome, Samuel.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Joy. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome us once again to this seminar. As my co-moderator has introduced me, I am Samuel by name, and with me is Ms. Joy. All right, shortly I will be introducing my co-moderator and her profile. All right, Ms. Joy Muyiwa Salome, BSc, HND, FMBA, OND, is an industrious entrepreneur who is involved in catering and event management. She is the founder and CEO of Josal Confectionaries. She has worked as account officer in an NGO and currently works with Access Bank PLC. Just as we know, one of the top 5 financial institutions in the banking industry of the country, Nigeria. She builds her career world alongside her passion for the business space. Joy was born in Oyo State. She's a graduate in accounting with HND and BSc qualifications. She has certification in financial analysis and human resource management from Corporate Finance Institute. She's currently on her professional qualifications with ICAN. She also has an exceptional customer relation skills with excellent communication skills in persuading clients to negotiate and close deals. Ms. Joy is creative and highly motivated in achieving targeted goals. She builds a professional relationship with clients to identify their problems and provide an adequate solution in the best way she can. All right, staying tuned with us. We would like to let you know why we are here. In the course of searching for meaning after bagging their certificate, either as ND holder, HND holder, BSc holder, or even the professional qualification of ACCA, ANAN, and ACCA. So you want the seminar to teach how we can grow, how we can network, interact, and discuss. A popular adage says, you die when you stop learning, and your net worth is determined by your network. So in the few moments of this time that you are staying with us, we'll be bringing to you all the things, the technicalities, the old things that we need to know as a finance expert or chartered accountant in the field of accounting. So stay tuned with us. Thank you.
So somewhere we can hear you. Okay. Let me introduce, let me move from where some farmers stopped. Yeah. I want to introduce the keynote address to us. The person that will be taking us on the keynote address for this webinar. That's Mr. Michael Abi Emuka, ACA, BSU.
I think I have to go out of this meeting. Webinar.
Can you hear me, please? Mr. Michael Abi Emuka, ACA, BSc, a resident of Lagos, graduate from University of Benin, where he obtained his first degree in sociology and anthropology. He's an associate member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, and lectures corporate reporting, as well as audit and assurance with Accountant Pathfinder, who is the body that organized this webinar. A a veteran banker with over 8 years of cognitive experience in the banking industry. He has hand-on experience in multi-facet area, various general ledger reconciliation, cash management, treasury administration and cost control, and foreign exchange transaction. As a tech enthusiast, he is currently undergoing a robust program in data science under the MasterCard Foundation. As a public speaker, he has always been passionate about mentoring and coaching. He is currently a moderator with CCT, Chika Christiana Tribe, an online platform where contemporary issues are discussed and viable knowledge is shared. He has raised other chartered accountants. He is passionate about creating values and helping young finance professionals in the best way he can. Please, can you all allow me to welcome Michael Abiemuka, who will lead us in the keynote of the program this afternoon. Mr. Michael, you are welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, one and all. Am I audible?
Welcome. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm actually so happy. Thank you very much, Joy. It's a privilege to be the one anchoring this program today as the keynote speaker. I'm actually very happy to be here, and it is my intention to deposit as much knowledge as I can today, enough for us one and all to be able to scale up in our career paths and ensure we maximize our knowledge, our connections, and all viable social capital we have over time. Once more, my name is Michael Abiemuka, as introduced by Enjoy. I'm happy to be here. Without much ado, I want to delve into the discourse for today. The discourse is after ACCA or ACCA, BS, and HND, what next? How do you scale up your career progression? How do you ensure that you achieve success as a chartered accountant? To simplify this process, I classify the whole process of pattern, which will scale you up successfully, into 3 headings, which I called the acquisition of soft skills, tech skills, and the continuous professional development. When we talk about soft skills, a few of us will understand what soft skills is or what they are, while others might not readily relate to what soft skills are. As accountants, we are very, very particular about developing our technical skills. We are intuitive, we are qualitative in our analysis and our approach towards solving problems. But then it is very clear that without having sufficient soft skills, trust me, your career will be placed in jeopardy. The question then is, what is soft skills? When we're talking about soft skills, we're talking about characteristics, traits, or interpersonal skills that help us to actually deal with people in our day-to-day affairs, be it in our relationship with workmates, be it with our relationship with spouse or friends. Soft skills are actually very, very important. In social psychology, we call it emotional quotient. When we're talking about emotional quotient, we are talking about the ability to understand your own emotion as a person, use it, maximize your understanding of emotions vis-a-vis managing other persons, empathizing with other persons, and also diffusing conflicts that arise. Humans are social beings. By social beings, what we mean is that we are erratic. We are not robots. So hence we can make decisions on our own. And in our day-to-day activities, we meet with our colleagues, we interact with customers or clients of ours. And when doing this, there are bound to be conflicts. There are bound to be friction. How you handle this conflict and friction, irrespective of your qualifications, if you like bad PhD and another professional degrees or qualification as the case may be, if you don't have the necessary soft skills to manage people's emotions and even your own, you might find it very difficult to scale up your career as an individual. So developing soft skills is important. How do you manage your emotions? How do you manage those of others, your colleagues, your clients? You know, how do you diffuse conflicts? How do you walk through difficult and tense situations? So as accountants, we have to develop these soft skills. They're very, very important if we are to succeed in our career as an accountant. The next thing we look at is also technical skills. Needless to say that you cannot succeed as an accountant without having sufficient technical skills. We've gone past that stage where we do manual accounting, use biro and paper to draw up tallies and profit or loss accounts, statement of financial position and the likes. No, these processes have been automated. There are technical tools that we can use to achieve our ends. Depending on the industry you are, there are definitely basic technical skills you need as an accountant to succeed in your career. I made mention of a few of them here, although there are more. You know, I included QuickBooks here. I talked about Google Sheets, which is an alternative to Microsoft Excel. I talked about Asana management. What you use in project Asana, it's a software used for project management. We also have ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. You know, so these are technical skills or applications that can enable you to develop your technical skills in the workplace because things are automated and tech is an ever-evolving area. Tech also is ever-evolving. The question is, for you to remain relevant as an accountant, you have to keep pace. You have to keep abreast with what technological innovation over time. I recently attended an interview in my firm, you know, applied for financial control. And after the whole interview, you know, talking about accounting standards here and there, application of knowledge, I was asked a question. You know, the interviewer asked me a question. What is your proficiency level in using Excel? And I'd like to pass that question to you also, my viewers or my listeners. What is your proficiency level in the usage of Excel? The truth is you cannot be an armchair accountant or an obsolete accountant or an analog accountant, keep abreast with these innovations and acquire this skill enough for you to succeed in the long run. Otherwise, you will be left behind, as they say, and you find that the whole evolving of knowledge, career progression will outpace you, and you'll be struggling to meet up. So as accountants, we have to make sure that we develop our technical skills. And good thing, Accountant Finder, as we'll learn later, offers this tutelage. You know, we offer courses in Advanced Excel, offer courses in ARP, offer courses in QuickBooks. So this is an avenue to sharpen your skills so you become competitive in the market. Trust me, you cannot be a successful accountant without having requisite technical skills to succeed. The last point I made mention there is continuous professional development. You know, I said it before now that the life of an accountant is one that is anchored on continuous learning. You can't afford to be an accountant without studying. Otherwise, look at the Finance Act, for instance. Every year, almost every year, new Finance Act is rolled out. You have to understand how it affects payroll management. You have to understand how it affects your PE and the likes and other forms of remittances to the federal and state government. So you see that you cannot afford to be left behind. You have to keep up the pace with your studying. That's why ICAN has the MCPD, Mandatory Continuous Professional Development Program, where members are required to acquire at least 30 credit hours annually. You have to actually, you know, utilize these opportunities that are there for chartered accountants. There's what we call ICAN on Air. I don't know if we are aware of that. ICAN on Air it's done every Thursday on Facebook. You can go on Facebook and search with ICAN on Air. So every Thursday, very very important, relevant, and relevant topics are discussed by qualified chartered accountants who have long years of experience in the field. So we have MCPD there for chartered accountants. Even for those who are not qualified, you can utilize all these options. Like I said, the ICAN on air every Thursday. There, important topics are actually discussed that will broaden your horizon as to how you as a chartered accountant can actually upscale your knowledge and application in the workplace. My next slide is talking about necessary skills needed to succeed as a chartered accountant. I actually developed this slide in order to talk more on how important our technical skills is, or are rather, when it comes to our succeeding as a chartered accountant. The previous slide, I divided into three: soft skills, technical skills, and continuous learning. Now, this slide is talking about how, or trying to emphasize the need for us to upscale our technical skill. There's so many of them point there, about 7 of them. The first one is talking about data analysis. As an accountant, you do data analysis. The accounting profession is verbose, is wide. So it depends on which area you, as an accountant, you fit it in. So what I did is I'm trying to see how I can, lump together those basic skills that is needed, that you need as an accountant to succeed. As an accountant, you run financial data analysis. You understand? Those of you who have done case study in your finals, your professional level, you will see that ICAN will give you scenarios and ask you to run your analysis. After you've calculated in your appendix, you now come back and now do what your appendix, your executive summary, the body, and the like. What you are doing in the whole day while writing your case study examination is data analysis, financial data analysis. As it relates to that particular case, and how you, as an individual, can give informed advice to management in order for them to succeed. So, as an accountant, you cannot succeed without having at least a workable knowledge of data analysis. And there are many tools that you can use to analyze data. Excel is the most fundamental tool, at least. When you want to go further, you talk about SQL, you talk about Power BI, you talk about Tableau and the likes. But as an accountant, you should start by having requisite knowledge of the usage of Excel. It is very, very important. You cannot play the process. You cannot, get a shortcut out of the process. No. Otherwise, even in your place of work, you become irrelevant. So data analysis, which, of course, is a subset of point 2, technical analysis, is a prerequisite if you are to succeed as an accountant. Excel can be used to run your data analysis. It will pull out, the result, and you as an accountant, you can tell, you can, make the analysis from what you get, or from what you've gotten as the result that was, populated by the figures you've keyed in your Excel. This is my practical class. We'll start learning about Excel, but like I've told you, in Accountant Pathfinder, we offer classes on technical courses like Excel, QuickBooks, ERP, Tableau, and the likes. So endeavor after this symposium to come back to us and learn, or book a session with Accountant Pathfinder. So this technical part of your skill set can be built in order to make you marketable and viable in the market. You understand? So data analysis, in this case, financial data analysis, is very key if you have to succeed as an accountant. 2.2, technical proficiency. Yes. When I say technical proficiency, I'm lumping your ability to do financial data analysis and express your points, or express your analysis very clearly to management. It's one thing to do your calculation, and it's another thing to actually analyze properly, giving management informed advice on how they can improve the work processes and decision to make. So technical proficiency is very key. You have a workable knowledge of how you can analyze data using Excel, and interpreting it is another angle. So your ability to use the data and interpret is very, very key, So these are points that you, as an accountant, and those who are aspiring to become chartered accountant, should actually take cognizance of. Statistical analysis, all these are interrelated, data analysis, technical analysis, statistical analysis. they're all, interwoven. In statistics, you begin to use data visualization, pie charts, bar graph, histogram, line graph, column by chart, and the likes, and you are doing skewness, median mode, and the like, and you are portraying it in data visualizations, trying to explain to your users management as a may be on why they should progress of the organization. So when you begin to learn how to upskill your technical skill, you see that everything here are all lumped together. They're all lumped together. You will be able to build your data analysis skill, your technical proficiency skill, your statistical analysis skill, your writing. The writing skill is very key. Ability to write is also one issue. Over time, while lecturing students who aspire to become chartered accountants, one loophole I observe is this. You guys are very, very good. Accountants are very good. Those who aspire to become accountants are very good. You're solving equations. You can solve strategic financial management. You can solve financial reporting and the likes. But it comes to writing and putting down your thoughts. That's where many persons have issue. Many accountants have issue. They're explaining a particular standards vis-a-vis a given scenario. How to articulate your point becomes an issue. And in offices today, your place of work, you write mails. You write to senior management or middle level management, as the case may be. Your ability to articulate properly is very key. Because most times, senior management might not have that time to spend all the time listening to or reading all you've done. That's why we have executive summary. How do you summarize what you've said and express it to management? You elucidate to management in concise detail, so that in a glance, in 3 or 4 minutes, management can be able to look at what you've written and understand what you've said and apply or make decision based on your summary. So writing skill is very important as an accountant. You cannot underplay the importance of writing, skillful writing this time, as an accountant. So these are part of the skills that we have to develop, as accountant. Project management is there. Project management is a full-blown angle on its own. It's a full-blown angle on its own. How you manage project from the beginning to the end. Requisite skills are needed for us to succeed in that angle. Business management and regulatory management, as the case may be. We have many regulators under the accounting body, right? We have the Financial Reporting Council, we have CAMA and the likes. So you have to keep ourselves abreast of this regulation and how it affects our duty, our line function as accountants. If, for instance, you are a payroll accountant, you know that as taxation laws are changing, as the Finance Act is changing, your duty as a payroll officer, it's affected because you have to know how much you are remitting, how much the employee is remitting to government, how much the employer is remitting. If it is changed, you also have to, when you're doing your calculation, in order to arrive at the monthly net pay of an employee, you have to factor all these things in. That is why I have said earlier that the life of an accountant is one that is anchored on continuous learning. That cannot be overemphasized. We have to keep on learning as accountants in order to put in practice what we ought to do in our line of duty, so that we will not be found fault with, we will not be found wanting when carrying out our duty. So that is that for necessary skills needed to succeed as a chartered accountant. Can you give my next slide, please? Okay. Career options for chartered accountants. You've qualified as an accountant. Like I said earlier, the roles, there's so many opportunities that are there for chartered accountant. It's not even limited to these 8, but I decided to summarize it in these 8. So many opportunities that are available to chartered accountants. So I ran through 8 of them here, to give us an idea, a focus, a lead to the opportunities that are there, career options that are there for chartered accountants. When you know what you're interested in doing, it will help you to factor or channel your energy properly. You know, the first one we have there is internal audit and control. You know, I didn't put the control there. It is internal audit and control. Internal control, when you're talking about internal control, you're talking about the mechanism that management put in place to ensure that regulations are adhered to. That's what we're talking about, control nature or internal control. Now, the audit part of it is you are checkmating to ensure that this control that management has put in place are being adhered or complied to. So this internal audit and control. You know, so it's a career option that accountants can actually explore if they want to. You know, internal audit and control. You know, you as an chartered accountant in internal audits, control, you roll out policies and procedures, you know, to ensure that staff members adhere to management guidelines in order to ensure that by the end of the day, management goal is achieved. What is management goal? Making profits, of course, and of course, giving financial feedback to what? Shareholders. You know, if there are no policies or procedures to control or checkmate the actions of members of staff, what do you think will happen? Things will go sour. You know, that is where you now have internal audits to checkmate those control, those policies and procedures that management has rolled across over time. Are we complying to them? Internal audit comes there. You see, that is it for internal audit and control. We have tax audits. Yes, you know, some of us can decide to be experts in taxation, you know, payee and the like. There are many forms of taxation we remit to government, you know, depending if you're a corporate entity, you are an individual and the likes. So in tax audit, you're ensuring that, you know, these remittances are duly, you know, remitted to the regulatory arm, maybe Federal Inland Revenue Service or the State Inland Revenue Service, as the case may be. You know? So that's it for taxation. You know, so there are so many persons who have developed interest in taxation, you know, and the dynamics involved, you know. So it's an angle that one can actually channel your energy into if you find it so pleasurable, you're so passionate about it, right? Lecturing is also a career option. For a few of us who like lecturing, myself and my colleague, apart from banking that I've been doing over the years, lecturing is also something I've always loved to do. So lecturing is also a career option for chartered accountants. So after you've qualified and you think or you know you're passionate about lecturing, of course, there are so many available options you can pick up from, or opportunities you can utilize to be a lecturer in the accounting field. Statutory audit is there, financial control, forensic audit, management consulting, treasury. Briefly, statutory audits. Okay, fine. Thank you very much, Joy. Let's leave it at there. Statutory audit. You know, there are regulations, you know, that guides financial, you know, the financial body as it is. You know, one of them is statutory audit. It is regulatory. It is required. It's a regulatory requirement that yearly, or depends, semi-annually, annually, or the likes, that statutory audit is carried out to checkmate, you know, the financial activities of the organization. You know, yeah, this might not be an audit class, but let me just briefly, you know, elucidate on that point. You know, those of us who have done audit, you understand what about the agency theory. You know, in agency theory, you have management that is there, you have a shareholder, you know, and you have the owners of the organization, and you also have the auditors. Shareholders have entrusted, they place management in a fiduciary position. Take it to business, give us feedback. So how does shareholders checkmate what management has done? Management are placed in a position of trust, what you call fiduciary position. So in order to checkmate them, that is where statutory audit comes into play. External auditors have to come and check what management is doing to ensure that they are not misusing shareholders' fund. So it's a career option. Financial control is there. You know what we call financial control and strategic planning. the financial activity of the organization, it's launched on the FinCo, Financial Control and Strategic Planning, as a full-fledged department in some organization. So it's one area you can actually look into if you are interested in financial control. We have forensic audits, trying to use accounting knowledge as an admissible evidence in the court of law. A fraud has been committed, and we need to go to the court of law to adjudicate or give a particular stance, either in favor or against a particular proposition. Forensic audit comes to play.
This internal audit.
Forensic audit comes to play there. How do we gather admissible evidence that can be used in a court of law? It's very key. There's management consulting. Management consulting is very, very wide. Yes. Anything that revolves around how accounting that assists management to make decisions, on necessary issues. Management can be, an organization might want to, merge or acquire another body, another organization. Management consulting comes into play. What some audit firms has, like PwC and the like, have full-fledged department you call advisory. What do you do in advisory? Among many other things that they do in advisory, they advise on merger and acquisition. They want to, company A and B want to merge. Oh, should we go ahead? Advisory will do that for you. So that's an aspect of what management consulting. Treasury is there. Investment opportunities, foreign exchange risks. Yes, you want to specialize in, being able to give both individuals and corporate entity investment advice. This particular stock, this bond, should we invest? If yes, what will be the returns? Is it viable? Oh, there's a foreign exchange transaction. We want to actually invest in it. That's taking cognizance of what changes in exchange rates are to affect whatever investment you are actually or you're intending to what key into. Treasury comes into play, giving management core advice. In fact, an umbrella function of Treasury, I use the word umbrella, so that to help us conceptualize what Treasury is all about. The Treasury helps an organization to manage their monies. Put it that way. You want to manage money. Treasury helps you to manage money. Cash management, investment portfolios. How do you manage these investment portfolios of a particular organization? Treasury is there to advise you what to do. So these are just career options that are available for chartered accountants. Very, 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 very interesting career options that you can actually key into to, as a career option for you as an accountant. My next slide, Joy. My next slide. Okay. Yeah, you've qualified as an accountant. Are there other specific qualifications that you might want to bag depending on your area of specialization? Remember the previous slide I talked about internal audit and control. Those in internal control and audit can go further to get CISA, Certified Information System Auditor. When you get it, what are the opportunities that are available for you? That's what the next slide is saying. Slide 2 is telling you about the opportunities that are available for you if you become a CISA qualified individual. You can become an IT audit manager. You understand? You can become an IT project manager. You can become an IT security officer. You agree with me that because we don't do manual accounting anymore, what we do is accounting that is automated by software. So how do you audit information that are carried out by computer, by technical tools? That's what IT audit is talking about. How can you go into the mind of your software? How can you break into it, pull out information and audit it? Because if we were to be using manual accounting, there are so many books everywhere. As an auditor, I can come and bring down the books and start looking at your source documents, from one step to the other. But now we don't do stuff like that, things like that anymore. We use software to automate our processes. So as an auditor, being qualified as a CISA holder gives you an edge because you're able to audit the IT tools that are used by system to automate their processes. Understand? That's one of the opportunities that you get as a CISA holder. What about CFA? Chartered Financial Analysts. CFA is a very enviable qualification. Let me put it that way. A very enviable qualification. As a CFA certified individual, you can delve into investment banking, asset management, financial analysis, investment management and risk management as the case may be. So those are opportunities that are actually available for you if you decide to go further and become CFA certified. Your MBA, yeah, another beautiful one. If you have MBA in finance, is one beautiful one. You can become the CFO of an organization, financial controller, financial analyst, of course. So, or the accounting manager, as the case may be. So these are further professional certifications that we can actually delve into, try to get and to boost our relevance in the field of accounting. So I believe we're getting all these points now and putting them together to help us shape our career or what we intend to become in the field of accounting. My next slide. Yep, how to secure and retain solid jobs as a chartered accountant. I learned something very, very, I got something invaluable from one of my bosses. Then, this lady taught me a lot of things. There's what we call social capital in social psychology. When you're talking about social capital, you're talking about connections you have with humans. Forget about your knowledge as an accountant. Forget about the number of degrees you have. Strategic relationship is very key. It will save you a lot of stress. It will save you a lot of stress. Because as an accountant, what is the aim? We want to get good jobs, dignified jobs as an accountant. At least we can get it that can enable us, get a meal ticket, fend for ourselves. We can live a comfortable life. And of course, wear the pride of being a chartered accountant, because the field of accounting, is a very enviable one. It's a profession that has pride. And as accountants, we are happy that we are one, and because we have paid the price to become chartered accountant. And for those who are aspiring to become ACAs, you are also in the right path. So by the end of the day, we want to secure good jobs and retain them. So how do we go about this? I decided to, take these 2 points, and I put number 1, build strategic relationships. And I said that intentionally, because when you have strategic relationship, it can fast track your progression in any facet of life you find yourself. In any facet of life you find yourself. After I qualified, I got a couple of offers, and most of them came from personal friends I knew, friends who were in the banking industry together. Okay, Michael, give us your CV, let's send it. Give us your CV, let's send it. And by the end of the day, I was able to look, where the alternative options I have. So you can build strategic relationships. And you don't underplay whatever job you have. Yes, the job might not be paying you that amount you actually desire at the moment, but it can be a leap for you. I read about a story of an ACE who got a job one of the big fours. But before he got that job, he was actually working with what one of my lecturers would call Papa Jasco and Co. You just have one room as a chartered accountant. You see, so Michael and Co. chartered accountants. My lecturer would call it Papa Jasco and Co. But in that Papa Jasco and Co, he learned a lot of things. He honed his skill in the usage of Excel, and he became very proficient. And when the opportunity came to work with Deloitte, in swift seconds, he got a job. And he said it that had it been this job opportunity came like a year before that day, he wouldn't have qualified because he never had the requisite skill. So what did Papa Jasco and Co helped him to do? That local audit firm enabled him to acquire the necessary skill set that he needed to work where he was today. So it's very key for us, building relationship and also utilizing social media is very key. In LinkedIn, there are job groups. You have WhatsApp where you see job opportunities that are dropped every now and then. Telegram, that day. As a contact pathfinder in our groups, we every now and then we drop job opportunities. That's one way you can actually utilize the opportunity of securing good jobs that will scale you up over time. Next slide. My next slide, please. No matter how intelligent you are, no matter how much you have been paid, you're not going to work forever for. Yes, we have to develop that entrepreneurship mindset. You're starting a business with the intention of turning it into what? Profit. Even ICAN itself, the body is even encouraging us to do what? Develop that mindset of being an entrepreneur. The past president of ICAN, 57th president of ICAN, Comfort Eitayo, told us that the institute is determined to ensure that its members develop entrepreneurship skills. It is very key. I know that although I have not explored ICAN entrepreneurship skills program, but I know that ICAN has a robust entrepreneurship skill program where we are giving you are taught about IT technology as it relates to accounting and the like, and you are given that orientation and how you can stand on your own eventually. So you can explore the ICAN page and see how we can utilize this entrepreneurship development skill that is available for members, both student members and full members. We can actually explore it because eventually some of us might want to seek for license to have an audit firm and start our own business. So yes, now is the time for us to start developing that entrepreneurship mindset. Acquiring the skills that are needed to succeed as an entrepreneur. My next slide. So you can see Madam Comfort Eitayo, the first batch of entrepreneurs that ICAN graduated, and of course the BOI, Bank of Industry, is affiliated with the Noble Institution of ICAN to ensure that our members are initiated into the drive of becoming entrepreneurs who will succeed over time. So you shouldn't become an accountant who will go into the street and start begging. With the information we have, the better information we have, we should be able to create a track for ourselves, a successful one at that, enough for us to do well, both of ourselves and society at large. Next slide. Yes, this is a very key issue when it comes to remuneration as a chartered accountant. Most time we believe that as ACCA, once I qualify, I will start earning 700,000. Is it possible? Yes. Is it automatic? No. See, experience is invaluable in any field of endeavor. That's why as accountants, you need to gather the necessary skill in order for you to be able to negotiate via income. When I got qualified as an accountant, as an accountant, then I got an invitation from a bank to work as an internal control officer. So after the whole interview, by the grace of God, I was able to deliver very well. Then I was asked, how much will you want us to pay you? And I of course, I know my worth as a chartered accountant. I stated my price. And they were quick to say, oh, that's nice. It's within range, but then, you just qualified. You've not gotten an experience as far as internal control is concerned. So we have to understand that gathering requisite experience is key for us to scale up our income bracket as accountants. A friend of mine is in Port Harcourt now, before she got the job, the job she has now in PH, she had to, take up a job with a bit lower pay. I'm not saying as ACAs we have to settle for less, but sometimes in reality, for you to get the experience you need to earn 700,000, most time you might take a job of 350,000. So when you add it to your CV, the knowledge you've acquired as an ACA takes you to the next level. So what the point of note here is that we should not take it for granted. The importance of gaining experience. You can go for volunteering job if there's any. Work as volunteer in maybe any accountant firm, any firm that you can actually lay your hands on. We have lecturers or colleagues who can actually link you up to some of these firms. 3 months is something, 6 months is something. You work, gather the experience, add it up so that you can quickly scale up your income bracket. How do you do this? Mentorship is also very key. Group affiliation. While you qualify, you will be required to affiliate yourself with some of the bodies of our ICAN, some of the regional bodies, so to say. We have in Surulere, we have in Ikeja, Ogba, and the likes. So all these ICAN regional bodies, so to say, is a prerequisite if we are to succeed as a chartered accountant. Because as you grow in the profession, it is a prerequisite to achieve certain status. For example, for you to become an FC, you must need to be affiliated to a particular ICAN group, so to say. So there are many of them, depending on the area where you live. There are districts, Ikeja district, Surulere districts, Ogba districts, and the like. So don't take those group affiliation for granted. Those district affiliation is very key if you are to succeed. Then as accountants, we face challenges while in the course of our duties. Challenges that test our ability to put into practice our professional ethics. As we've learned, an accountant has to be a person of integrity. An accountant has to be somebody who is technically competent, because as you're signing off financial statements, third parties, investors, actually basing their decision on your level of competence, which has been displayed in perhaps financial statement that you've analyzed, that you've audited and signed off as what? Good. So you see, so you cannot overemphasize the importance of what putting into practice during the course of your duty as an accountant. These ethical values, ethical guidelines that embodies the profession. We have to behave properly. We have to treat documents, customers or clients' information with utmost confidentiality. Yes, it's very key. Your integrity is there to play. Your objectivity. You don't allow familiarity traits to actually interfere with your judgment as a chartered accountant. So when we are faced with decisions that might affect, those we are close to, for instance, or that might impair our own financial interests, what are you expected to do? With ICAN, with the ethical requirements of ICAN, override your personal preference? That's the question. Will it override your personal preference? If yes, then thumbs up for you. You actually imbibing the professional ethics of what the profession. If not, you have to go back and look at that oath you swore in the day of induction. If you're actually giving it to the ethical guideline as it guides the body, of the profession. So these are actually areas we need to look into if we are to scale up in our career as a chartered accountant. It is very key. So far, we have looked at the career opportunities that are available for chartered accountants. We have looked at professional certification that you can get enough to enable you to scale up your career. We have looked at how you can also go get these jobs. We have building a strategic relationship. We have exploring social media. There's LinkedIn where you can get job groups. There are WhatsApp groups like those of Pathfinder where you can actually, see job posts that are actually dropped in that group every now and then. There are Telegram groups also. Pathfinder has a Telegram group also where we drop these job adverts every now and then. When you explore these avenues, trust me, in no time, you see yourself scaling even beyond your expectation. Next slide, if there's any next slide, Joy. I guess this is the last one. Okay. So far, we've looked at all these areas. So it's left for us now to ask questions and let us look at it together before we call it a day from my end. Thank you one and all.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for my presentation. I really appreciate that. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael. That was an insightful session. So Mr. Michael has taken us for the past 1 hour through the technical skills we need to own as a chartered accountant, technical proficiency, how you can articulate your writing. Just as an accountant, it's not only about the practical aspect. There are sometimes you need to level your thoughts to your senior manager, and that needs to be done through writing. We took us through the career options for chartered accountants, ranging from statutory audit, internal audit. I hope you can hear me. Statutory audit, internal audit. Statutory audit, internal audit, lecturing, tax audit, and the likes. We also go through the further professional certification that we can get. It's not only about becoming an accountant. As an internal auditor, you can go for CISA. that is Certified Information System Auditor, where you can become an IT auditor. You can also go for CFA. He said something about CFA that it is an enviable certification. Yes, Chartered Financial Analyst, where you can become a financial analyst. You can have the advantage of becoming a financial manager in the respective organization. He also made us to understand how to secure and retain solid jobs, entrepreneurship mindset, and the challenges we face as a chartered accountant. Just like me, where questions have been ruminating in my mind, I'm sure that many of us will have one or two questions that we would love to ask. So using this medium to take your questions. So if you have any question, please, you can kindly use your wave emoji on the Zoom app, or you can request to speak in the meeting by using your wave emoji. So is there anyone with questions? I can see Mr. Collins. I can see Mr. Collins waving. Please, host, can you allow Mr. Collins?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon.
Okay. First of all, I want to really appreciate Accountant Pathfinder for this webinar. It's actually an insightful one. So I've learned quite a lot from the webinar. I hope you can hear me. Hello, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Now, my question is, what are the opportunities open for undergraduate accounting technicians, like you're still in the school, but you're already a qualified accounting technician? What are the opportunities available for you? How can you utilize that qualification profitably while still at undergraduates? Do you get my question?
Mr. Michael, please repeat the question. What are the opportunities? Mr. Collins, please be patient as you get unmuted.
All right.
Okay, thank you. I think that is from Collins, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. And if I heard you rightly, you asked what opportunities can undergraduates of accounting, or how can they annex these opportunities? Those who are actually not, those who are undergraduates at the moment, how can they annex these opportunities, Abby, in order to scale up their career? I don't know what you ask, because my network was shaky at some points. Let me get you properly. Could you go over your question again? I didn't get you properly.
Okay, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. My question is, as an undergraduate accountant and any other accounting technicians, how can
Mr. Collins, your network is breaking.
I cannot hear you. I'm struggling to hear, Collins. If someone heard him right, you can actually re-echo what he asked. If someone has heard what he said.
Okay, I think he asked that what are the opportunities open for undergraduate accounting students? And how can they?
Okay.
Like those who already have AAC, those who are already AAC qualified, so they are still undergraduates.
Okay. Those who are not yet qualified and they are still undergraduate, Abi, what opportunities are open for them?
Yes, but person has AAT.
But person has AAT.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. The truth is, there are opportunities that actually those person can utilize. Over the years, what I've seen in most groups that I belong to is that once in a while, so many audit firms, they might not be like the big fours, like the Deloitte, Ernst & Young, KPMG and the likes. There are some smaller audit firms who over time, seek the employment of persons with AAT who are not yet qualified. In fact, I have a friend, who is not yet qualified, who doesn't even have a BS. She works in the accounting department of a particular firm here in Lagos. Yes. She's not qualified. She's not even an accounting graduate at the moment, but she's in a finance. You understand? Even she even got that job while she was in foundation, when she was about entering into skills level. So it is very, very possible, belonging, like that's why I said, when you have the right social connections, you belong to groups where these jobs are being posted every now and then. I belong to so many of those groups. You will see job adverts, and they even say it that AAT can apply. You can apply if you have AAT, if you're not yet qualified, you can apply. So there are jobs like that. But one thing you should know is that, like expected, the remuneration will not be so large because you're not qualified, so you're not expected to be earning 300,000 or 500,000. So the major take home for you, apart from the remuneration, is what the experience that will pay you off in the future when you graduate and you're later qualified.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael. Mr. Collins, I hope your question has been answered. So to save us our time, all questions should please be directed to the chat box so that we can quickly answer them. We have 5 minutes more for question and answer. So Mr. Adeleke, I saw that you waved your hand. Please direct your question to the chat box. Mr. Michael, please, there's a question by Sandra. It's on the chat box. Should I read it to you, sir, or you check through it?
Yeah, read it, please, read it.
All right, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear. Please go on.
All right. She asked that advice on a situation where one finds him or herself in a company that pays quite a reasonable amount as salary, as compared with a company that pays not up to half of the other company's pay. That is for salary comparison. Coming to experience, both companies are startup, and in both companies, you have to fill the position of a financial secretary or accountant as they see you because of your degree in accounting without yet being certified as an ACA. He said you should advise her on a situation like that.
Can you come over with that again? I didn't get your picture clearly. Please.
Advice on a situation where one finds him or herself in a company that pays quite a reasonable amount as salary as compared with a company that pays not up to half of that salary. So there are two companies now. One pays high salary, one pays up to half.
Okay.
And she's a financial secretary or accountant in those companies. So what advice can you give her? And she's not certified as an ACA.
It is simple. Both offers you the same experience. If I got the narration very well, just that one pays more than the other, and in both companies you'll be filling the same position. Is that also financial secretary in both companies?
Yes, sir.
You understand? Definitely you go for the one with the highest pay. I will believe it will be an issue if you have two companies, one pays higher than the other, but maybe the one that pays smaller is giving you the experience you need than the one that pays higher. Then there will be a problem. But if I get the scenario right, both companies should be working as maybe the financial secretary in that company, the same level of experience. Yeah, but one pays higher than the other one. Definitely you should go for the one with the higher pay, because that's the only base upon which there's differential. Except you are telling me that there is another variable I want to take into consideration before that will inform your decision. If you are getting the same experience from both ends, you have to work as a financial secretary in both ends, and one pays you more than the other. Why not go for the one with the highest pay? That's what you should do normally.
All right, thank you, Mr. Michael. Sandra, I hope your question has been really answered. So is there any other question, please, should be directed to the chat box before we close the question and answer section? Any other question, please? Do we have any other question? All right, you're welcome, Sandra. Sandra Moses. So is there any other question before the question and answer session comes to an end? Any other question? Should be directed to that box. All right, in the absence of none, and if there's any other one, we can direct it later. Can we please move on? Okay, Mr. Lawrence, you have a question. Please, can you direct it to the chat box, please? Mr. Lawrence, in a minute, can you please direct it to the chat box? So yeah, Mr. Lawrence, we would love to have the question in the chat box so we can attend to it quickly. We are waiting, Mr. Lawrence, before we bring the question. All right, Mr. Michael, a question.
Okay.
If someone asks, is it desirable to go for ACCA after ACCA?
Very good question. It's a good question. Thanks for that question. But then it depends on your purpose. I want to look at it from a regional perspective. As far as Nigeria is concerned, from experience, ACCA and ACCA are given the same level of preference. In the banking sector, it is like that, and also in other sectors, it's like that. You know, so as far as Nigeria is concerned, ACCA and ACCA are given the same preference. But if you, by virtue of, if you're an academics one and you decide you want to build your portfolio, I will advise that after ACCA, you can go for ACCA. Then if you are living good out of the country, in the United Kingdom, for instance, ACCA is very, very valuable there. So you might need to write at least, I think, 4 papers after your ACCA to qualify as an ACCA. So if you're traveling out of the country and you're going to UK, for instance, I would advise, yes, right, get your be ACCA qualified. So it aids your relevance over there in the United Kingdom. You understand? I know ICAN has an affiliation, an MOU with ACCA, instead of Chartered Accountant of England and Wales. You know, so it is. But for ACCA, for it to be relevant in UK, I know ACCA is more relevant over there, so it's fine that you get qualified for you back ACCA. But if you're in Nigeria, as far as the market is concerned, ACCA and ACCA are accorded equal preference as far as Nigeria is concerned. But if you want to move outside the shores, oh, good and fine. Or if you're an academics, I want to increase your portfolio, you know, oh, good and fine, acquire it. I will advise you acquire it. It's very good.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Michael. So you can acquire ACCA, like you said, if you are planning on going further to US or in the academic field. So the last question for the day, which is unrelated. So to the host and to accountant pathfinder generally, someone is asking, the person is requesting for Excel training for those that are here and those that will be bagging it later, that if it can be further discounted to 5K. So I don't know if the host have something to say to that, or Mr. Michael.
Okay, for the Excel training, Mr. Michael and my colleague, Mr. Michael, will attend to that question. Giving discounts for a further discount of 5K. Okay. Request for the essay training for those here at further discounts to 5K. No issues. Mr. Michael will respond to that question.
All right. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of the question Okay, question please before we wrap it up. Please, can an HND holder use ACA to get a master's degree in a uni without going for post diploma? The question: can an HND holder use ACA to get a master's degree in a uni without going for post diploma? Mr. Michael, sir.
I'm going to answer this question in two folds. Number one, I know before now, but I need to reconfirm. Some universities were trying to, have an MOU, a memorandum of association with ICAN, such that stuff like this can actually be accommodated. You understand? Some private universities, we're trying to go into an MOU. So, but then I'll need to reconfirm what the status quo is, because at some points I can refuse, and they were ups and downs as regards to that. So I think that question is coming from Okoro. We'll note it down, then get back to him. Please, can an HND holder use ACA to get a master's degree in a university without going for post diploma? We need to recourse and get back, give Okoro a definite reply on that. I know before now, there were some schools, some universities were trying to get an MOU with ICAN so that things like this can be done. As even stuff like if you have your degree, you can even boycott skills level and go into professional level directly. But then I will have to go back and confirm what is the status quo, the current stand as per this stuff, and get back to Okoro. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Michael. So, Mr. Okoro will be giving a feedback later on when it has been fully confirmed. So this brings us to the end of the question. Okay. Someone ask the question again. Last question, please. Last question for the day. Last question for the day. Because of our time, we still have a long day. Someone asked, what is the difference between ANAN and ACA professionally as an accountant? I'm asking because during my service here in the revenue service in Plateau State, my HOD advised that I go for ANAN, while some of my colleagues talked me down to opt in for ACA. So what do you have to say to that, Mr. Michael?
There is a Cold War with regards to answering this question, but I'll tell you how it is. Professionally, ANAN is very relevant in the public sector. In the public sector, ANAN is very relevant. In the private sector, ACA, you are good to go. You hardly see a bank that will tell you, if you have ACA, come and work with us. I've not seen, maybe it is possible. Me, I've not seen. Private firms we dish out adverts. If you are ACCA or ACA, come and apply. I've not seen actually, maybe you guys have seen, I've not seen a private firm that will publish ANAN as a requirement. So ANAN is for public sector, mostly. Government parastatals, mostly. So if you have your ANAN qualified, okay, federal government parastatals, state parastatals, you can go and work there. Plateau State Revenue Service, you can go and work there. Lagos State Revenue Service will employ you. But most private firms, banks, PwC, KPMG, EY, Deloitte, I've never seen them advertise, recruit ANAN graduates. I stand to be corrected. So if you want to be relevant in the private sector, please go for ACA. If you want to be relevant, you want to work in the public sector, government parastatals, bureaucracy, go for ANAN. That is my feedback.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Michael. So if you want to go for government parastatals, go for ANAN. Private, go for ACA. So Mr. Lawrence, I saw again, it will be looked into when the host come on board. So this brings us to the end of the question and answer section. We really appreciate your presence, Mr. Michael. Thank you very much for the answers. So move on to the next agenda. Next agenda of the day. Please, the next slide, please. The next slide, please.
Okay. The next agenda for today, I'll be moving to the brand, about the brand account pathfinder. Can we have this slide? Okay. I'll be introducing the host of this program, of this symposium, Michael Oluwalere, ACA, to tell us about the brand accountant pathfinder. Michael Oluwalere, ACA, BIDA, FMVA, ATT, AAT, is a financial analyst, data analyst, and business intelligence analyst. He's an associate member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, and other professional bodies. He is acting presently as the Director of Studies of Accountant Pathfinder. He has worked as a financial analyst in some companies in Lagos, Nigeria. He's presently working as the head of account at 3T Impex Consulting Limited, an international trade-focused consulting firm. He is the co-founder of Accountant Pathfinder and also the CEO of Mizip Digital Hub, a digital marketing agency. He has contributed his quota in raising other qualified accountants who are doing quite well in the accounting profession. He is passionate about creating values and helping young minds discover their potential. Please allow me to welcome Michael Oluwalere on board to tell us about the brand, Accountant Pathfinder, and also to give us the full details about the soft skill and technical skills for us to build ourselves and to stand out amazed on accountants. Mr. Michael, are you there, please? You can't hear you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
You're welcome. Good afternoon.
Yes, I believe everyone can hear me now. Please let me know in the chat box if you can hear me. I can't see any chats yet. If we are delighted that we are here this period and you can hear me, please let me know in the chat box. Okay, good. Someone said he can hear me. I would like to hear from one or two people. Okay. Oh, good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yes, good afternoon once again, everyone. I'm actually delighted to be here this afternoon, and I'm excited to have everyone here. And I believe that you really enjoyed the first session or the previous session of this webinar. And the keynote speaker has actually addressed so many things. He has told us about the benefits we can get as a chartered accountant. Yes, we are also aware that we don't only have chartered accountants in the house, we also have accounting graduates, we have the BSc holders, we have ACCA, we might as well have ACCA holders in the house as well. So this is not just a program for ICAN alone, it's actually a program for all accountants and finance experts. Yes. All right. Before I tell you what I have for you today, I would like to talk about the brand. I believe a lot of us here have been hearing of Accountant Pathfinder before now. And for the sake of those that have just come across the brand, I will just introduce the brand to you. Yes, before I go ahead. So Accountant Pathfinder is actually a growing establishment serving the educational and financial sector of the Nigerian economy. Yes, so we've been operating for some years now, and we started with organizing training on accounting softwares like QuickBooks, like Excel, like Sage, and the likes. And we came together some years ago and think it right to help as many people as possible, especially accounting graduates and undergraduates as well as the O-level holders, to ensure that they attain the goal of becoming chartered accountants. And that was what brought about the initiative of the Accountant Pathfinder Solution House. Yes, presently, Accountant Pathfinder Solution House is actually operating in 2 centers in Lagos. We have one in Ketu and one within Surulere, Koka Aguda to be precise. So the dream of the founders towards the brand is to provide quality educational services to the accounting community, both at the national level as well as at the international level. So, and the purpose is to transform business through accounting application. So yes, we have our company's head office in Surulere, Lagos, and we have the following service portfolio, which I'll be sharing with us right now. So we have the career training and development program. Just like I'm sure most of us here would have been seeing the flyer flying around about Microsoft Excel for chartered accountants. So yes, we offer short and medium-term training courses that help you as a young accountant build the job delivery pattern of accountants and business entrepreneurs. Yes, we have trainings on payroll management, receivables and payables management, cash flow management, staff productivity improvement, inventory control, debt management, and several others. Yes, in the future, we are looking forward to organizing training on data analysis, data science, and the likes. But presently, we are planning to organize a training for Excel for accountant, and I'm going to throw more lights during the course of this webinar. So the other arm or other service portfolio that we have for you is the tutorial service. So yes, as I've said before now, that we have 2 tutorial houses here in Lagos, Nigeria, one situated in Koka and the other situated in Ketu Ikosi. So we build prospective and current accountants as well as business entrepreneurs in their field of studies by rendering home tutoring services. Aside the fact that we have a lecture center, yes, we also render tutoring service probably online or on private tutoring, especially for those preparing for professional examinations like the ICAN, ACCA, ACCA, NIM, HIM, and the likes. And we are looking forward to bringing more professional certification. Yeah. So our private tutoring service also extends to graduate and undergraduate students of accounting as well as management science. So we render the bookkeeping service as well. So just for companies that would like to outsource their accounting departments to, let's say, experts of finance and accounting. So we also do that as well. So we provide management reports, bank reconciliation, prepare payroll, and other financial services as far as finance is concerned. Yeah. So we also render the cloud accounting service, rather. Yes, cloud accounting service. So which has the aim of helping so many businesses automate the accounting and administrative processes, like using ERPs and sophisticated accounting software. Yes. So, and the goal is to help you store your data in the cloud so that you don't have to go through the pain of losing your data as a company. Yes. So this service range from procurement, installation, upgrade, and training on designated accounting software. Yeah. So we also render business name and company registration. So if you want to register your business with the Corporate Affairs Commission, whether as a limited liability company, as a business name, is actually part of what we do at Accountant Pathfinder. We render miscellaneous services like advanced Excel, financial modeling, Power BI, CCTV installation, and several others. So Accountant Pathfinder has been in operation now for close to a decade, but we have recorded tremendous success, service delivery as a result of our dedicated and selfless team members. Yes, during this webinar, I'll be letting you know about what others are talking about us. Yes, what our clients, our students, and what the people we've done business with have said about us. Yes, in the light of discharging continuous value-added service to the accounting and business community, Accountant Pathfinder has a tuition house with the aim of bringing together accounting and management students under one umbrella of professional and advanced tutoring. So yes, one of our core values is discharging our services with professionalism and excellence. So our core values are professionalism and excellence. So since our existence, we have promised to be of great value to accountants worldwide. So if you have any business you have for us or anything you want us to help you with, you can contact us through any of the telephone numbers you can see on the screen right now. Yes. So Accountant Pathfinder has the goal of, I'm trying to let you know what's even brought about the Accountant Pathfinder tuition house. Yes, we have the goal of raising at least 1,000 chartered accountants in the next 10 to 15 years. Yes, we have the goal of raising as much as 1,000 chartered accountants in the next 10 to 15 years. And we have actually been pursuing that goal, and we have our team of resourceful lecturers are actually doing everything possible to ensure this is being achieved. Yes, in the just concluded ICAN exam, we recorded a success of, like our professional students, we recorded a success of 80%. That is, all those that are registered for the program, the courses they wrote, at least 80% of them has outstanding success. Yes, and out of them all, we have 60% of them who are now qualified members of the institute. Yes, who are now qualified members of the institute. You know, we've experienced the fact that a lot of what's it called? A lot of students will say, I've been having issues with SFM. I was having issues with advanced audit. But these people, the moment they join us for lectures, they find out that these courses are actually very, very simple. And at the end of it all, they actually clear their results. So let me quickly walk us through the program for the year. Yes, I believe we were attentive during the session with Mr. Biemuka, and he walked us through. It made us realize the fact that as accountants, chartered accountants, we need to have technical skills. We need to have soft skills. So if you're chartered accountants, the only thing that makes you stand out is your skill. Yes, it's not just the certificate. In short, that certificate is just there to sharpen your skill. Yes. So if you have any skills, then that certificate will make you be on the right platform to showcase your skills and talents. So yes, if you have that certificate and you don't have any skills, yes, it will just make the certificate useless. And in order not to make the certificate useless, you need to acquire a lot of skills. Yes, an accountant pathfinder is actually on a mission. The mission statement is creating a path of career development for professional accountant. So in the course of discharging our duties, we've itemized, these are some of the trainings or some of the programs we have for all accountants, including chartered accountant, accounting interns, accounting graduates, finance experts. Yes, for the year 2023. So we have demystifying IFRS. So this is actually going to be a free webinar that I'll be holding every week, once every week. We are going to communicate this on all our platforms. So if you have not joined our platform, or if you don't belong to any of our platform, try as much as possible to join. Most likely our WhatsApp group. I think the most engaging platform is the WhatsApp platform. Yes, whereby you get to meet all our facilitators and ask questions relating to how you can benefit from the brand. So demystifying IFRS is actually going to kickstart in, let's say, within the next 1 or 2 months. So we're going to give you the update. So it's just a session whereby we have weekly discussions on helping accountants understand the nitty-gritty of these accounting standards. I mean, the international accounting standard, as well as the international financial reporting standard. So yes, so we have the ICAN ACCA actual lecture, which is currently ongoing. The November diet/December diet for ICAN and ACCA will commence this Saturday. Yes, in our tuition center. So if you're in this webinar, you are actually an ICAN student, you can join us for the ICAN tutorial. I'll be sharing with you some of the testimonials from our current students. So we have Excel for Accountants, which is another training that will be coming up. We have the QuickBooks Complete course, which we had in the first quarter of the year 2023. Building accounting system from scratch with Excel is going to come up, let's say, after maybe during the 3rd quarter, but we'll definitely let you know. Then payroll management and capital budgeting. So these are the trainings we have for you this year. And if you're interested in any of this training, or you want to know more about payroll, about capital budgeting, about how you can build a strong accounting system with Excel, QuickBooks. So if you're interested in any of this training, you can use the chat box to let us know which of this training you are interested in. And if peradventure you are interested in knowing something that has not been highlighted, particularly a training that has not been highlighted yet, you can just include that in the chat box as well, so that we can understand and also put that in our calendar. So I'm waiting for chats. Which of this training are you really interested in? Or which, if the training you are interested in is not here, which one will you be interested in? So I need a response to be sure that you guys are following me. I just need to be sure that I'm not talking to myself. I've not gotten any response yet. I would like to know if you can hear me. Or is it that we guys, we are not interested in developing our skills? Okay, I can see Excel and payroll management from Boluwatife. Okay, that's very good. So we have a training on Excel that will be coming up next month. That's July 17th to be precise. So Boluwatife, you can participate in this training, and payroll management will definitely come up in the 3rd quarter of 2023. Oh, okay. Uchena also said she's interested in Excel and payroll management. Okay, Sandra Moses says the Excel for accountants is far more expensive as compared to QuickBooks accounting software I participated in. Okay, so you know, these trainings are very, very resourceful. Sandra Moses, yes, I can remember that name. You participated in our QuickBooks training, and I believe you enjoyed the training. How was the QuickBooks training? Let me know in the chat box. Sandra, let me know. Did you get value for the QuickBooks training? Let me know how. Let me get your feedback from the QuickBooks training in the chat box quickly. Okay, while we are waiting for Sandra's response, so Sandra is appealing that we reduce the price for the training. Okay, the training cost for the QuickBooks, for the Excel rather, it's actually worth over 50,000 naira because we have over 60 different skills that you are going to learn. In short, the Excel training is it's actually more comprehensive than the QuickBooks training because we have so many things to unleash to you guys, and that's why the price is very, very okay. It's not really much because we've actually given out subsidies so that you guys can participate and enjoy. Okay, so Sandra says the QuickBooks accounting software training made her stand out. Okay. All right, Boluwatife, okay, I'm going to answer your question. You can remind me before the end of the webinar. So the Excel training, I have a special offer for all the participants of this webinar. In short, for the people that will stay to the end, within the next couple of minutes, we should be done with this webinar. So I have an offer by giving a further discount to you guys. As I've said, the Excel training is actually worth over 50,000 naira. Yes, because you have over 60 skills that you're going to benefit from. And I'm going to share with you some of the testimonials that we have from our everybody that's privileged to enjoy discounts, that is further discounts from us. Yes. So we also have okay, let me quickly walk us through the Microsoft Excel. Let me tell us the benefits we are going to get from the training. So this is actually a complete 100% practical course that will help you get the technical skills and competency in Microsoft Excel. And that is from basic to advanced. So we assume zero knowledge. Even though you have been using Microsoft Excel before now, we are also going to walk you through the advanced aspect of the tool, just like using formulas like concatenate, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and the likes. So in this training, these are the benefits have been highlighted here. So you have the sound knowledge of the software. You understand how Excel formula works. You learn how to customize your spreadsheet as well as how to make your spreadsheet look very professional. So you learn how to prepare amortization schedule, understand how the pivot tables, pivot charts work. You learn sophisticated formulas like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, match function, concatenate, and lots more. Yes. So there are so many things. In short, knowledge of Excel will make your work faster at your workplace. Yes, knowledge of Excel will make your work faster at your workplace. So just like one of my colleagues was making me realize that there was a day when he was working as an auditor, he's also a member of the Pathfinder team. When he was working as an auditor, so he went to one of their client's office and he found out that one of the accountants was entering a formula, and instead of copying the formula and selecting all the spreadsheets. The person was typing the formula one after the other. For crying out loud, if the person has 1,000 rows, that means the person will type the formula 1,000 times, which is a big waste of time. Yes, the person can actually copy and paste with just a single click. Yes. So these are some of the benefits you are going to get when you join this training. So as we've said, this is Microsoft Excel for accountant. As I've said, the fee actually worth more than 50,000 naira, but the early bird fee is at 10,000 naira. The early bird fee is closing on Friday, June 30th, which is tomorrow. The early bird fee is closing June 30th, which is tomorrow. So if you are interested in this training, although we know quite a lot of people have registered for this training, it's going to kickstart on July 17. And as I've promised, I'll be giving out discounts to all participants of this training. Yes. So instead of, I'm going to give you additional discounts, which means you'll be paying less than 10,000 naira. Yes. So I'll give you further 30% discount. So instead of paying 10,000 naira, you can pay 7,000 naira. Yes, just 7,000 naira, and you get all the benefits. You have one-on-one post masterclass mentorship. Yes, our one-on-one post masterclass mentorship is just like 30 days after the training, whereby you can meet our facilitators and ask a series of questions, as well as we also help you to ensure that you master those skills that you've learned. And there will also be certificates of proficiency for all participants who meet the certification benchmark. Yes, all participants who meet the certification benchmark will be issued the certificate of proficiency. So these are the soft skills that the Institute of Chartered Accountants is expecting from all qualified students. Yes. So if you are qualified, if you don't have tech skills, if you don't have soft skills, you need to get one. Yes. So, all right. So don't forget the discount is on and is going to end tomorrow. So the general public are paying 10,000 naira for early bird, but you guys, you are expected to pay 7,000 naira only. Yes. So I believe Mr. Lawrence, what was the name? Sandra Moses was asking for a reduction in price. I believe you've gotten that. And as well, I can see, okay, Ojime Lawrence, yes, Mr. Lawrence. So please take notes of the discount and take advantage of it. So yeah, so you can, the payment link will be shared on our WhatsApp group. Samuel, you can as well drop the payment link on this in the chat room for the sake of those that don't have it yet. So yes. So all right, the next training, okay, is the QuickBooks. The QuickBooks Masterclass was organized in the first quarter of the year, and this is actually the module. So we have QuickBooks installation and deployment, QuickBooks receivables management, payables management, inventory management, payroll management, bank or cash management, loan management, as well as many other features as far as QuickBooks is concerned. So if you're interested in this training, although we've organized this training in the past, but you can just send us a chat and we are going to give you the course so that you can just have a glance and also benefit at a token. Yes. So if you're interested in learning about QuickBooks, you can send us a chat and requesting to purchase the course. So we also, yes, this is the breakdown. This is the cost snapshot of all the modules. Like in the payroll management or inventory management, we talk about setting up and editing vendors, how to enter bills for vendors, how to pay bills, how to create a credit memo, how to manage, receive and manage your inventory, creating bills, paying for items on QuickBooks. So these are the things you stand to gain from the training. So most of the jobs out there requires knowledge of at least one accounting software. And you know, QuickBooks is one of the most popular accounting software out there. Yes, QuickBooks is one of the most popular accounting software out there. So if you are finding it difficult to get a job, why not try to add technical skills, and which will make you be on the cutting edge of your career. All right, so let me walk us through the ICAN lectures, which is also an area that we give more attention to. Yes, because this is actually one of the reasons why we exist, by building and creating as many chartered accountants as possible. Yes, the challenge we have is because of the fact that a lot of people are not aware of our existence, and the few students that we have actually been achieving success, has actually been achieving all-round success in the exam. So if you're in this webinar and you're having issues with courses like case study, like SFM, like corporate reporting, then I will advise that you join us right away. Let me blow your mind. In the just concluded exam, okay, I am the lead lecturer for the corporate reporting. Yes. And do you know that none of our students, in short, all the students that wrote corporate reporting with us, they all scaled through. Yes. So if corporate reporting has been giving you an issues, and some other courses like SFN or case study, we have lecturers, experienced and qualified tutors who are ready to hold you by the hand and show you how you can pass those courses so that you can achieve the goal of becoming a qualified chartered accountant. Yes, as we've mentioned, there are so many benefits that you can enjoy as a chartered accountant, and those benefits has been listed by the keynote speaker. Yes. So the lecture commences July 1st, 2023. Lecture for the ICAN ACCA. ICAN exam holds twice every year, for the sake of those that are not aware. So for accounting graduates, or for people that do not study accounting and you're interested in becoming a chartered accountant, yes, you can pursue that dream. So far you have your BSc, is actually possible to become a chartered accountant. Yes. So our tuition fee is very, very affordable. We have interactive study sessions. We review past questions. One of the benefits you get from our tuition center is that we normally organize marathon class close to the exam. And this is one of the secrets or the methodologies we apply, which has been working very well. So we organize online lecture. We organize what's it called? Marathon class, which is with the aim of solving as many past questions as possible. And this always helps our students perform very well in the exam. So yes, the actual lecture is also ongoing for those that are undergraduates or OND holders, as well as O-level holders. So if you are not, or if you are a O-level holder in a house, or you have HND, OND or NCE, you can as well become chartered accountants by passing through the ATS program. So the ATS lecture has started already, but the ICAN lecture is starting this next month, which is 1st of July, which is this Saturday. All right, I won't be taking most of our time. We have to go through the testimonial from the student, which is basically the last thing we have for this webinar. So the testimonial from our students, as we can see, okay, so this is Azan Taiwo, who participated in one of our training about 6 months ago. He says he sees Accountant Pathfinder as the best and current in town that handle IT on MX Excel with easy by taking their training, you'll be better than as you are. So Azan is telling us that right now is better than he is. They train on MX Excel, Advanced Excel, QuickBooks, Sage, Tally ERP with avoidable price. Oh, sorry, I think he wanted to write affordable price for just 5 days. Olamide says quality output from the lectures and the ability to resolve all areas of challenges, commendable. This was a month ago. Olamide participated in our QuickBooks training and he is giving us this review. This is Sarah, says that was 6 months ago. It's been a 5-day roller coaster training, which was insightful. I'm not the same after the 5 days with Accountant Pathfinder as I'm now, able to automate an accounting system and be able to provide reports timely and hassle-free as it's been before. A big thanks to our facilitator. God bless you abundantly. So yes, this is actually the feedback from Sarah. Then we have Samuel, who say it was really worth the 5-day intensive training on building an accounting system from scratch with Accountant Pathfinder. I was able to learn about the necessary report to be prepared by any organization, linking the report, data entry, and validation. Indeed, my money didn't go to waste. Hoping to get more training from you very soon. Yes. All right. We have other testimonial from Nkechi, who says, I did not regret paying for the Excel training class, which I will call the video Excel made easy. Wow. Nkechi said the last Excel training that was held about 4 months ago was a video Excel made easy. I really got the value for my money. Accountant Pathfinder, you are the best. In fact, when I decided to come and continue professional class, I'm coming right away. Okay. Oh, Nkechi, we are expecting you in the tuition house. Yes. So Babatunde Bello says it has been an interesting and educative moment since I have in training with Accountant Pathfinder. Yes, Babatunde Bello has always been around for our training and he has been enjoying the training quite well. Ode Eden is actually one of our ICAN students and he has also participated in our Excel training before. He says, wow, I've learned so much from Accountant Pathfinder, ranging from ICAN to Excel classes. All classes was awesome with wonderful facilitators. I'll personally recommend this organization to anyone at all out there looking for a place to advance their skill in accounting, both in theory and in practice. I look forward to learning more from Accountant Pathfinder. Yes, Ode Eden, we are pleased that you've got value from our trainings and our classes, and we are hoping that you are going to be on the cutting edge of your career with the skills that you've acquired through the brand. Isiak Toiba says, I really felt I got a lot out of the training, which I truly appreciate. Very useful and informative. All right, so let's quickly look at the testimonial from our ICAN students. So this is Oladotun Otegbade. Oladotun came to our session house last diet when he was preparing for his case study exam. And he says, I had a fantastic experience with my case study exam, very detailed with sample reports. I passed on first sitting. Yes, this is Oladotun. Emmanuel, I can't just find words to express my gratitude to this esteemed organization, which has invested much intellectual property to me. Truly, the path has been paid for others to follow. Emmanuel, I believe you are in this webinar. Emmanuel was actually one of the students that he told me that I'm going to write all the 6. Though some of the colleagues are saying, let me write 4 out of 6. That was at the skills level. And do you know that Emmanuel wrote all the 6 and he was able to clear all? Yes. So this is one of the things that we help our students achieve all-round success. Now, Emmanuel started skills 6 months ago and now is in the professional level. Yes. This is Mr. Gerard Okpara. He says, Accountant Pathfinder is indeed a young tuition center, but very unique, well distinguished from the numerous station houses here and there. This has been proven by a very great track record of success and well-trained and experienced lecturers. It's been great learning at this center. I'm glad I came to the tuition house. God bless Accountant Pathfinder. Yes, God bless you more, Mr. Gerard. So, Oluwatomi Adekambi is also one of our students. She said Accountant Pathfinder as a student lecturer friendly. Beyond the stand lectures, the student-friendly environment stand out for me because every lecturer pay attention to every student and ensure they are carried along. So we give priority to ensure that all the students are being carried along during the tuition because we believe that all students pay and they must all get the value for money. So we give these our priority. So excellent tutors from Olaronke Afolabi. Excellent tutors, accounting topics broken down and made easy. I most definitely recommend it to everyone for ICAN ACCA classes. Yes, Ms. Olaronke was one of our ACCA students in the just concluded diet, and she has said that she most definitely recommend Accountant Pathfinder to all accounting or all people interested in building their career as an accountant. Yes, Olumuyiwa Joy, who happens to be our moderator, says few weeks with Accountant Pathfinder for marathon class was great and really helped to focus on all the necessary hints needed to pass the ICAN. Thanks to the tutors, God bless. Yes, success to us all. So yes, Patience participated in our just concluded diet. Accountant Pathfinder is a tuition center that do beyond what you paid for. They take their time to make sure each student is carried along. All right, so these are the testimonials that we have from our previous students, and we like to extend this to every other person. So especially we are more interested in people that were having issues with one course or the other. Yes, we are having this platform to ensure that we help as many people get qualified as soon as possible. It's actually very, very easy. All right, so that will be all from me. I believe I've been able to help you know about the brand better, and you're going to make a decision for maybe participating in one of our programs, or maybe our tuition, technical skills program, and the likes. So thank you everyone. A very big thank you to the keynote address speaker, the person of Mr. Michael Abiemuka. He's also one of our lead lecturer in Accountant Pathfinder, and we call him the IFRS legend. Okay, I think there's a question. Okay, somebody said, I'm interested in the Excel and QuickBooks training. Yes, if you're interested, you can chat with us to get more details. Okay, so if you have an evidence that you attend this training, you can benefit to get it at 7,000 Naira. Yes, make sure you have that evidence that you participated in this webinar. Yes, and we will definitely give it to you at that price. Okay, currently the price on the payment link is 10,000 Naira. Okay, I'm going to send you the amounts. Okay, I believe everyone in this group are on the WhatsApp group, Accountant Pathfinder WhatsApp group. Samuel, you can help to drop the link to join the Accountant Pathfinder WhatsApp group so that by the time we are done with this meeting, we can continue the conversation from there. So Samuel, I'm waiting for you to drop the link to the Accountant Pathfinder WhatsApp group. All right, so that will be all from me today. And thank you very much for staying with me. So, Ms. Joy, over to you. You can continue with the moderation. Okay, I guess Joy is finding it difficult, but somehow you can go ahead if Joy is not in.
Yeah, thank you all. Put my phone like this. Thank you all for staying tuned to the end of the program. So we'll be expecting
You can go
more
ahead.
response for the skill. And I'm very sure that it will be a great one and it will help us to stand out wherever we find ourselves. Please, Samuel, you can come on board, please.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Michael. Thank you to every participant. Thank you. This has been so insightful. I've gained a lot.
Can't hear what is happening.
Can you hear me, please? Please, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? Please, I don't want to signify if you can hear me through the chat box. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Right. Thank you very much. So on behalf of Accountant Pathfinder, we extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the honored chairman of the board, President Onomoroya ACCA, for this initiative and support for the success of this event. We appreciate our erudite speakers for a great important event, which commences the 2 weeks training on Excel for accountants. So our Excel for accountants commences in 2 weeks, and we appreciate the speakers who graced this occasion preceding the Excel for accountant training. A big thank you to our resourceful keynote speaker, Mr. Michael Abiemuka, ACA, for his efforts towards the address after ACA, ACCA, BSc, HND. What next? We appreciate you, Mr. Michael Abiemuka, once again in absentia for the resourceful teaching. We really gained a lot. We must mention our deep sense of appreciation to the convener and director of studies, Mr. Michael Oluwalere, ACA, for introducing Accountant Pathfinder to us and walking us through the program for the year. A big thank you to Mr. Michael Oluwalere that spoke not quite long for introducing the brand, for introducing the courses, the training, the opportunities as an accountant in becoming a chartered accountant. We also extend our thanks to our eloquent moderators for their enormous cooperation in organization of this symposium. A big thank you to Ms. Joy, my co-moderator, for gracing this occasion, for making it work smoothly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, an event like this cannot happen overnight. sure, because as we know, we who fails to plan, plans to fail. So the wheel started rolling weeks ago. It required planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of Accountants Pathfinder who knows their job and are result-oriented. We thank the facilitators of this symposium. We want to state that we are almost grateful to all participants of this webinar. For those that are still here and those that have left the webinar already, we are most grateful for gracing it. We are most grateful for you attending it, for coming on board. We thank you for being with us this afternoon. It has really been a great pleasure to let you know about what comes next after these certifications. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the holiday. Happy Mubarak from Accountant Pathfinder. Happy Eid Mubarak. Thank you for staying with us. So quickly, I would like to say for those that are interested in joining the group link has been sent through the platform. So kindly please take a screenshot if you are still here, a screenshot that you attended this meeting so you could be able to participate in the Excel for Accountant discount, which will be ranging for 7,000. And please also note that the discount is on till tomorrow because it will be going back to its normal price. So for those that attend this meeting, you have the privilege of paying 7,000 naira only before June 30th, 11:59 p.m. So you can take advantage of this and join the group for more details. You can chat me up or chat Mr. Michael Oluwale for any further details. Thank you very much for staying with us once again.